So hi and welcome back. Here we're going to have a look at whether I've been using this a lot or not, and have I integrated this into my workflow. Well, yes, I have. I think I've integrated it more or less the same as I had my SSL nucleus at the time. The only difference is I haven't got the faders, so I can't jump. Like if I want to mute say 4 tracks at the same time, I used to find that really practical. I can't do that anymore. I would need an extra controller with faders to do that, or solo several tracks at the same time, but I can do that within Logic, so it's not kind of like the end of the world. I do like this one here, and there's certain things that I use a lot. For example, I go up and down tracks like this quite often. I use the mixer button all the time. For example, if I'm editing say a track, let me just bring this down a bit here, this way and this way here. If I'm editing say this track here, I would quite often shift and select here the clip gain, and then I can go up and down here, and I can just move around and just quickly with my left hand just go up and down and move the clip gain really quickly. So that's pretty cool. Saves me going into the actual, if you see here in the left hand side, you can see the clip gain going up here. It saves me going in and doing that, so that's a real good shortcut. Good idea to have assigned more functions to that tempo button, which the tempo button actually no use whatsoever. They should get rid of that thing. So another thing I do all the time is, if I go back to the and I go across here, I use my mouse a lot, so I can't say it's gone, but if I'm here, this is my mastering chain here, as you can see. Now there's one thing that's really good, is I can bypass all the plugins like this, right? And that is so good. So then I bypass the plugins, and if I'm mastering, I'll come down one plugin at a time, and then I can just shift and turn that on here. That is so useful. And then I can go down to the next one, and there's no one on there. That one there, there was that slot was empty, so then I can turn that on, then go down to the next one, work on that, turn that on, go down to the next one, turn it on, then etc, right? And then I can turn them all off and bypass them. That is really good. I couldn't do that before. Also, well, I've got my shortcuts, my markers, I use them all the time. So I kind of go between the marker on and off like this, and I do stuff. Oh yeah, and there's another thing that's really useful that I use all the time is I haven't got any MIDI in here because I've bounced everything, but you've got the shift quantize. So if you've done something and you're playing away and you've done it, and you just go shift quantize, shift and you hold down quantize, just tap quantize, and that will quantize the track for you, the MIDI, without having to go here setting that up or whatever. And that's really cool. Also, of course, all the plugins and stuff like that I use all the time. If I'm in here, I've got, like, say I want to go on here, I'll be using that all the time, and I got used to where I've got all my stuff, and I can just move it all around the way I want. It's really good. Also, if I come out here, there's something I use all the time, and that's on my markers here. The 10 buttons here are now assigned to different functions. So if I just pull that out, I come back here, I watch up the top, I saved that, right? And that's saved up the top. You can see it goes on and off, goes black. If I say I'll move this around here like that, there's some stuff moved around like this, then I will save that, it goes black, that's saved. And then I hit 10, that will take me out. That will just take me out. Once I've saved it, I go M5, M10, that just closes the whole project down. That's really good. So also I've got the M1 is the colours, so I can colour anything the way I colour the track the way I want to colour it, and that will come out there as well. Then I have loads of functions, like number 2 is repeat. I do that all the time, repeat. I got this set to no overlap, so that erases, so you can see that. Then of course you got undo here, which I undo, use a lot, but that's already programmed, as you know. Also, the selection, replace and set locators I use sometimes as well. So when you shift, say I want to do like a, so I'm here, and I go shift, set left locator, and then go right, set right locator, and then you got that's there. That is slower than actually doing that. So I don't always do that, but if I've got I sometimes want to set the locator here, I can just go like that, set it. So it's pretty good. Then I've got all my other things set to, like I have 4 is set to hide, so I can hide that. Yeah. And then up here it would be hidden. I can unhide that as soon as I want, because I've got all my hidden tracks here. And then you can just turn that off and then come back out of hide. There's a lot of shortcuts like automation and stuff like that. You can just go A, and that's will bring you in, and you know, there's like B will bring up the so they're just the simple ones like that. I wouldn't have bothered reprogramming then. And so these are all kind of like programmed. I got number 7 is mute, and of course if I want to join these, I would just go through like that, and that just, and I seem to be using it a lot. Say for example, I'm here and I want to work around on the send. I use the sends all the time as well. Here it's so practical, as you can see here, it's really, and if you've got loads of sends, you just got them here straight away. So that's really, really cool as well. And of course, I just use the plugins all the time. The plugin settings are just amazing. They're all mapped out perfectly, and you got analyzer on and off, and you know, all the functions you got in there. So I must say, yes, I've integrated. I'm just going to close this. I must say I've integrated this completely into my workflow. I always have it on. I can't say that I work without it. I always have it on. There's absolutely no problem with this at all. I really, really like it. Obviously, you know, some of the functions are really obvious to use, some are not. But, you know, I mean, the markers, you have to do it yourself. You have to sort that out the way you want to do it. But I do find myself going in between these all the time. So, you know, like if I don't want to mute that, I'll mute that and it come out and then go back up and down. And then I got this is rename. Number 6 is rename. So that'll rename the actual track. Here, for example, if I want to rename this here, I'll just go that, and then that will take the name of the track and rename it here. So that's just simple stuff like that I do, but it's really practical and it has speeded up my workflow. And of course, obviously the you know, the start stop functions and record I use all the time. Record. So yeah, I really, really love this. This I would recommend buying it because it's dedicated, and to Logic. I find that really, really practical. There's some stuff that I found useful as well. If I go into this, right, and you've got that open there, and you want to close that down, you've got to go up here. All you need to do is just hit this twice, and that comes out, because that brings up your mixer. So if you want to close something else down, even if it's a MIDI, the piano roll here, you can just close that by hitting that twice, which is a lot easier than going up here and hitting that here, hitting the icon up here. And it's quick. That's just as quick, but this is just so much more sort of practical and sexy. So yeah, so then I would sort of kind of save that. I would save that, hit that there, and then like that, and then I just close it down. Okay, if you like this video, like, subscribe, and all that kind of stuff, and I will see you soon. Ciao.